Hello, I'm Elizakov, a medical intuitive and a wealth activator, and this is another episode of Insight Healing. 10 to 20, 10 to 15 minutes of insight and healing. Subscribe so you never miss a moment and share with someone. And if you've been following along, this is part of a 9-episode series of following the 9 chakras with a sacred activation as well as a gemstone. And even before I begin, on August the 8th, the Lionsgate portal, if you go down in the description, you'll see the events link. The Lionsgate portal will go through the 5 bodies: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, energetic, and we'll also be using 3 gemstone frequencies for each body, and you'll keep the recording as well. So if you've been enjoying this series of the gemstone frequencies, I would check out that event. And the gemstone for the third eye is Lolite, and it is balancing and strengthening your third eye. And it's called the Ajna Chakra, which literally means command or perceive. So I guess it's our center of perception. Just let me make sure that the light is running for you. Oh, yeah, it is. I can feel it. And it's like a very deep blue with some grayish markings in it. Lolite, if you want to look it up. And you may even feel your third eye being stimulated and expanded. I love this chakra. So it is connected to your pineal gland. Now, your pineal gland is in your brain and is in charge of of intuition. It works with the pituitary gland, and it works with something called the Godhead, which is the medulla oblongata. Now, oftentimes these areas are just dormant or not broken, but what's that word? Like, yeah, just blocked. So when we wake up the pineal gland, we move into the center of the head, we're also waking up the pineal gland. And if you think, oh, Ella, I don't need to be intuitive, blah, blah, blah. This is not just about the intuition. Now, I'll just go over my years of exploring the chakras in different ways. Your third eye is your intuition. You know, it's your center of perception. It often has to have a debate with the intellect. And which do you think usually wins? Yes, the intellect. So I don't know if I'm allowed to swear here, but this is where discernment, which is a big spiritual word, will have to be cultivated. Discernment of what is truth and what is an illusion. And I call it, I'm just going to swear on here because I call it the ego bullshit detector. So when you get a thought or you perceive something, check with yourself. Is this the truth or is this the ego? So oftentimes our illusions are what's kind of running the show, leading the train. And so our intuition, our perception, our inner knowing, and our wisdom, which is associated with the third eye and the pineal gland, get lost, get forgotten. And this is also where your visions. So your clairvoyance, your vision is part of your third eye. So if you see colors, even now, if you see colors as I'm running low light gemstone frequency, you're opening up your visions. And oftentimes, you know, when I see past lives, I see the visions. For angels, they come to me as colors. I don't see the face or anything. I don't know if you know, angels don't have feet. You'll never see feet of the angels. So this is our perception of the subtle dimensions. So our psychic abilities or clairvoyance is all held here. So our wisdom and our insight, connection to the other realms. And aren't we so deeply rooted in this earth realm, which is the 3D? And that's fine, except that it's mostly led by fear and conditioning and beliefs that do not serve us. The low light is still running for you. I can still feel it. When it's imbalanced, you are stuck in the daily grind, which is really living in the 3D, not able to look beyond your problems, not able to look beyond your fears. When you're it can also be an overactive third eye when it's imbalanced or blocks, or you may not be able to establish a really establish a vision of yourself or realize yourself. And you may even be rejecting everything spiritual or of the other realms. And then the final thing, which goes along with, of course, this being the clairvoyance of the seeing, is not being able to see the bigger picture of life, not being able to see the bigger picture of the ideas. So you can see how this is not just about your psychic abilities and your intuition. It's also about, are you caught up in the fears of the 3D world and the illusions of the 3D world? Well, being more connected to this is going to help you snap out of it. Also, balancing the male and the female, which is what the Lolite is doing, which is also super important for your spiritual development and higher ascension consciousness. So you guys know that the male is the more rigid, the controlling, the making the plans, which is important. And then the feminine is more the intuition, the flow, the leaving some space for magic, letting go to the unknown a little bit more. And you can see how that is very much opposing the 3D world, which is like and we live in the masculine world, and we need both. So in our world, we need to like always plan. We live in fear, we live in control, and intuition doesn't look like that. So the low light frequency is still running, and I thought I would run spiritual ego. Now, what spiritual ego does, why I love this activation so much, is that it will balance. Like if you have, for example, if you have an overactive third eye, it will balance it out. If you feel inferior, insecure, or not sure, it will raise up your spiritual ego. So I guess it's kind of a twofold. It allows you to play, like your ego should be a friend. There is another activation for that, but it allows you to balance out the ego with your spiritual self. Ooh, ooh. That's my explanation. I need to write that down, give it to the yeah, so I'm gonna run spiritual ego while the low light is running. And yeah, intuition, insights, and creating things. So let's get settled. Take a few expansive breaths for me. Let every exhale bring you deeper into your body. And then make your way down to the heart of Mother Earth. And from that place of being really held by the divine feminine mother, giving yourself permission to receive. And most importantly, knowing that you are worthy and that you are capable. So we tend to kind of put this third eye intuition, oh, I don't have it. And first of all, be careful what you say. Always say it's not developed yet. We basically affirm things, our subconscious beliefs with our words, whether spoken or unspoken. So give yourself full permission to receive. And I'm running spiritual ego for everybody watching Inside Healing. Go ahead and accept to receive. And the low light frequency is still running. It's quite interesting energy from the low light. I have to say it's my first time to run this one. My team lets me run any gemstone frequency once I am even aware of it. There's so many, so many. Breathe, feel, and allow. A few expansive breaths. Just make your way down, down, down through all the layers of Mother Earth until you get back to the heart chakra of Mother Earth. Just feel the grounding, integrating, and healing energies of the Divine Feminine Mother. And make your way up to your heart center and just feel the energy of the Lolite gemstone spreading through every cell of your being, literally. Maybe put your hands onto your heart center. Fully, and then repeat after me. I'm fully back into my body, fully grounded and expanding into my intuitive self. I'm fully back into my body, fully grounded and expanding into my full intuitive self. I'm fully back into my body, fully grounded and expanding fully into my intuitive self. When you're ready, go ahead and wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. And gently open up your eyes. How was that? How did you know? I know maybe you've never heard of Lolite gemstone. So let me know in comments, what did you feel? What emotions came up? What did you feel move through your being? What colors did you see? Did you, well, the colors, remember that's your third eye, that's your pineal gland, and that's your clairvoyance. Ooh, okay. Let me know how it was. Share this episode. And then, yeah, in the events below is all the Lionsgate information for August the 8th, my favorite portal of the year. And there are many. All right, guys, as always, much love and such a great, great honor to serve.